I'm Gary Stevens. I'm here in Lagos for a 1-month sort of residency to take photos and take in like Lagos culture. And I'm here for this exhibition which I have, which is called Ankara Portraits. At first I had a more stereotypical like foreigner view of life in Africa, animals, whatever, and then I really want to throw that out and I want to portray like a contemporary kind of cool artistic place, which is the way I experience, my life here. When I came to Lagos the first time, I went to Balagoon Market and I bought, I think, 30 pieces of Ankara. And during that day, I photographed this man who was wearing this beautiful pattern on his shirt, and he was, I think, selling cucumbers. He had a basket with cucumbers. But it sticks with something very typical to my work, which is that I usually photograph people from the back. I like the photos not to be portraits of specific people, but more like the style, It's just the green and red Muslim cap. I've worked from a photo that I took in South Africa, and my Muslim, friends and artist, he told me that this particular kind of knit cap, men of like certain generation, like his uncle, his father, he said they would all wear this kind of hat in the winter. My attraction in part was just the pattern, and also the way, he took like a simple beanie and he made some kind of a roll, like pushing it down here so that it had this like a fez kind of shape or something like that. The color, one thing that I like about working on the Ankaras is that if you start out with the fabric which is like this with green and brown, it's forcing me to use colors which go with the color of the fabric. This painting is called The Orange Cap. I took the photo that I worked from here at a street parade in South Africa, in Cape Town. And this is one of the earliest paintings in the show, and one of the first ones where I started experimenting about letting bits of the Ankara come through, interacting with the color. What I like about this painting is I took this photograph at a Freedom Day concert in South Africa. So I also don't know this model, but I was just attracted to his sort of cool way that this hat was sitting high on his head. This painting, I think, is the most like sort of pop art icon, something like Andy Warhol's, Marilyn Monroe's, these bright colored, and I think it's a very current African looking guy, so I like this painting too. The first paintings that's actually taken in Lagos. So when I came here in February, I'm friends with this young man, Uchenna. So I call this piece his name, Uchenna. And yeah, he was wearing a solid black hat, and I thought it was too dark and solid for the form. So I let the Ankara fabric, it sort of seems like a straw hat now, or like a woven hat, and I like that aspect. This piece is called Sunglasses Over Beanie. I thought it was very cool. I've never seen somebody wearing their glasses on the outside of their hat like that. And the photo was taken in South Africa during the World Cup in 2010. And this is one of the pleated pieces. This piece was one of the most popular paintings, I guess. I just call it Green Leaves. It's just an identification from the pattern of the Ankara. He was actually wearing a white hat. He was also at a free concert in South Africa. And I was just attracted to how cool he was with his collar up and his shades and everything. So I enjoyed the way the leaf pattern comes through his skin. The Coral Scarf, also just a descriptive title. The woman was actually wearing an all-white scarf. So I do make changes and colors and add some things in the paintings. This painting was the one that was chosen by the gallery to use for the publicity, and I think he was attracted to the sort of rich, deep colors in the painting. It's quite a new range of colors for me. And I had to use these colors because the background was green and brown, so it created or influenced the choices of the colors. This piece was also one of the earlier pieces in the show from the beginning of the Ankara paintings, called the Sunset Cap, because of the general tone and the lighting which was hitting on his face. He was also wearing a solid yellow hat, but this was when I was starting to enjoy like leaving areas of the fabric almost completely unpainted. I was doing a study in South Africa of sort of street fashion and contemporary style, and I consider it one piece. I wouldn't sell just one photo. What I like is the fact that it's all about hats.